just played a game of badminton where if the person misses 3 times consecutively, then they either have to do 7 push-ups or they have to do 13 sit-ups on the bouncy ball. So we opened up all the windows because it's like 90 degrees out, and we kind of broke a sweat. But I mostly had to do the exercises because I kept losing. But it was good exercise. In today's edition of, what is it called? Supporting local businesses. We got pad thai, spring rolls, orange chicken, rice, that's another rice, and green curry. And this is the dish in LA. Look at that. Who sleeps like that? Meanwhile, cute boy. Got our template here, and I got this from Vince like years ago, and I never finished it. And I think I heard something about characteristics of personality traits, and I am definitely that personality that does not have the patience to finish a 1,000-piece puzzle. Looks extremely daunting. I'm gonna break it apart because we kind of did like maybe 20% of it, and then I just kind of left it. We forgot, and we left it under the coffee table for the longest time. But we're gonna start over where I am because Vince doesn't want to play. First piece I grabbed was the very corner. This is what I have so far. I had some help from Vince to get out all the edge pieces, but I'm actually gonna move everything on top of here because it's a little bit better. Instead of going like this and trying to align it on this fluffy carpet, this is a little bit of a flatter surface. So this is the new setup now. That's my leg. So this is our progress for day 1. Not bad. And Vince separated all of the other pieces by color and like distinguishing areas. Today is Sunday, and I turned on same-day booking, and I was booked for a home repair job at 2:30 today. So I'm waiting at the client's, but I got here really early because I thought the freeway was going to be closed, or I thought maybe I will be affected by that closure, but I wasn't. Like, Vince was able to research for me. So I got here super quick, and I'm just kind of parked a little bit of ways. But I wanted to talk about real quick the last task that I did, which was on Wednesday, and it's a task just assembling a portable basketball hoop that you fill up the base with sand and water. And oh my gosh, I feel like every time I think about it, I feel like such a failure. Like, that's my number 1 takeaway from that experience. But there were some positive and brand new experiences from that task, and it was that, well, one, I never saw the client, or I did see the client, but I never went inside their home. She disclosed that she can't let me use the bathroom, which I never used the client's bathroom anyway, except for that one time where the time to start the task was delayed and I had to use the restroom like as we got further along the task. But otherwise, like, that's not an issue. But she was concerned that it would take more than 2 people or more than 1 person to assemble this portable basketball hoop because the instruction manual for this product actually said it would. And so she was kind enough to book another tasker, like a newer tasker, to come and help me build it. And that person that came happened to be this really nice dude, and apparently he's like a physical trainer. Usually, like, that's his full-time job, but because of the virus, he's only able to help a few clients, and it's done remotely, obviously, like video and Zoom maybe. So that's why he signed up for TaskRabbit, and I think he does a lot of like moving things for people because he's strong. But anyway, that was a really interesting experience. Like, he was really kind. He let me take the reins and really focus on the manual to make sure that we weren't cutting steps or we weren't making any mistakes, although we did make a few. So the temperature reached 90 degrees, maybe a little bit more where I was of LA County for that task. And it was really hot. And where she wanted the portable basketball hoop to be stationed, I guess, with the base was right under the sun. So I assembled everything. We did it in like a little less than 2 hours, maybe. Yeah, maybe a little less than 2 hours. And then, no. I don't remember what time I told him to leave, but I think I stayed like an extra hour or so filling up sand into these two little holes. When two holes were open, we were doing it together, and then it got to a point where the sand had, when you tilt it, it would be higher. We filled it up already higher than the first hole, so we plugged that one, and then I was filling up the top one. And at that point, it's like this almost like a quarter size hole, and so only one person could do it at a time, and the other would just be waiting until it's their turn. So I just told him, yeah, go ahead, I'll take care of the rest. And I was filling it up little by little, and it had to take 150 pounds of sand, and it was sand from Home Depot that was pre-washed, so it was just kind of, you can't just pour it in, you kind of have to smush it all in there. And so, working in the hot sun, I was getting lightheaded, and then I had to get up and tilt the basketball hoop to kind of shake the base a little bit, and that was getting tiring. And then I got to a point where every time I would get up, I would see colors like super saturated, and I would get lightheaded every single time, and I was running out of water. So I was like, I kept thinking and overthinking, and I was like, I really don't want to give up. I have one more 50-pound bag to put into this tiny hole, and it was filling up like crazy. And so I ended up telling the client, and she was like, you know what, if it's just that part and you've done all like the part that takes thinking and reading the manual, like I'll just have my grandson do it because he's coming into town soon. So she was really kind, and the client was happy with it, but I just felt like a failure leaving a job not having completely finished the task.